What's going on, everyone? I'm going to point out some supreme hypocrisy, just in case you haven't noticed. So, Trump supporters, and we will just for sake of argument call them Trump supporters. I know people are saying, well, are they truly Trump supporters? But for purposes of this video, we're going to say that every single one of them were Trump supporters. They storm the chamber. They cause thousands and thousands of dollars of damage. One person is killed. 12 individuals are definitely going to be arrested. 70 individuals are sought after. And 32 other individuals are sought with information after to see if they are going to be arrested. So, 114. So that's 114 people are going to be arrested. 12 definitely, 70 most likely, and 32 probably. All in a very short span of time. Let's call it 2 days, 3 days, right? And everybody's calling them terrorists. Everybody's calling them rioters. Okay? Black Lives Matter and Antifa rioted for months, caused millions of dollars in damages, killed multiple individuals, took land that was not theirs by use of force, held that land, controlled that land, and nobody would call them rioters. Nobody would call them out on it. And anybody who got arrested was immediately bailed out by the state. By the state. It was state-funded terrorism. How else can you put it? But my point is the hypocrisy of it. The Democrats and the left, they riot, and nobody wants to call them rioters. They're protesters. They kill multiple people. One Trump supporter walking down the street. Another Democrat walks up, pops two in the Trump supporter's chest and kills him. A group of kids were joyriding, and at the autonomous zone, the Taz, the Chaz, the Chop, the Rop, the Romp, the Rope, whatever you want to call it. And they kill these underage teenagers. Nothing happens to them. It's fine because they're Democrats. Republicans have finally gotten fed up. The Republicans are like, no, screw this. And they go out and do it. And wow, the hammer gets dropped on them. How is that not a hypocrisy? Hey, Joe Biden, how about you do even-handedness? I mean, that would be a great start to your presidency. What is going on when we have a certain group of people that have state-funded violence, state-funded terrorism? Antifa and Black Lives Matter could get arrested and they would be bailed out by high members of the state. Our own government was bailing them out. And nobody, no mainstream media, wanted to call them rioters. Trump supporters do the exact same thing, and within hours they're called rioters and terrorists, and there are arrests. How are we supposed to bring the country back together when we don't have equal application of anything? We don't have equal application of the law. We don't have equal application of thought process for sure. How is this going to... This can't. This can only get worse. And as I've said before on videos, I blame the Supreme Court. If the Supreme Court had just done its job and heard a case when there were questions, that's what a court does. It doesn't sit there and decide before it even hears the case what's true or not. It hears the case. If somebody has something and you have evidence, you want to bring forth the evidence, the court's job is to hear the evidence. And if they'd have just done their job, then we wouldn't be here right now. I firmly believe that. And if the mainstream media had done its job, we wouldn't be here either. If they had reported on Hunter Biden like they had supposed to, they were supposed to be the watchdogs of us. And go ahead and check all my videos in the past. Look, what did Trump do wrong in that Hunter Biden fiasco? I don't know. I don't see much. He saw that Burisma was corrupt and that Hunter Biden had signs of corruption. And he said, look, before I give you Burisma, millions of dollars of our citizens' hard-earned money. I need to make sure that there's no corruption. Look into it. And from that, it gets carried to the realm of the Russia collusion investigation realm. And how do we know this? Well, look how the mainstream media is handling this. Black Lives Matter and Antifa, they get a free pass. Here's one for you. I hypothesize that if the majority of the Trump supporters that stormed the chamber were black and had Black Lives Matter, it'd be a different story. There wouldn't be the media calling out. The media would be backing them up. How do we know this? Well, because the media has done this. The media props up Black Lives Matter and Antifa. They can do no wrong, no matter how much wrong they do. Trump supporters sit patiently, getting beaten over the head. Seriously. For 2.5 years. Not all 4 years. The first year and a half was not horrible. They were going after Trump, but not really Trump supporters as much. But last 2.5 years, Trump supporters have been the most evil thing in the book. And I'm not a Trump supporter. But the mainstream media certainly has framed that narrative. And here we go again. Black Lives Matter, you're allowed to protest ad nauseum. Do whatever you want. Kill whoever you want. Take whatever you want. It's just another form of protest. But Trump supporters, don't you dare do anything. Not one thing. Because they will call you out on it left and right. It's hypocrisy. The only way we can get this country together is for everybody to have equal application and for the moderates to take over. We don't need the far left. We don't need the far right. We need moderates. So hey, moderates, where are you? How about speaking up a little bit? I don't know. I just wanted to get that out there because, look, this isn't going to end. Unless we can find a way to mend this political divide, it's only going to get worse. Trust me, it will get worse. So now we're going to go through 4 years of a presidency with a bunch of people calling out, well, not my president, or hashtag not my president, or, you know, they'll come up with something. Not my prez. We need unity. And the only way we get unity is to be able to step back and look at both sides. And here's the thing. If you step back and you look at both sides, you're going to find out that a little bit of the left is right and a little bit of the left is wrong. A little bit of the right is wrong and a little bit of the right is right. What do you get when you get that? Moderate. And that's what we need in this country. We're going to extremes. Somebody's got to grab the pendulum and say, stop. Anyways, please consider subscribing. Big battle with YouTube. Been battling YouTube for 4 years pretty much constantly now. And a comment would help. A subscribe would definitely help. A share would absolutely help. So consider it. I love you guys. You guys are amazing people. Our votes are intertwined. That's why I do this. Because you deserve to have the truth. You deserve to have dissenting opinions. And you know what? You deserve and you have the right to be offended. Just as I deserve and have the right to be offensive and to be offended myself. I love you guys. See you in the next one.